Hey guys, and welcome to Real Work from Home Jobs with Theresa. My name is Theresa, and today we're going to talk about 7 tips that you need to know to land a work from home jobs. So again, today we're going to be talking about 7 tips that you need to have in order to land a work from home job. So let's go ahead and get started. The first opportunity that we're going to be talking about is organization. When you work from home, you have to be organized. That means you got to have all of your pens where it needs to be, all of your notepads need to be, everything needs to be organized. So whether if you're doing a customer service job or a non-phone job, data entry, everything needs to be organized on what you're going to be working. That's very important, is having organization skills where you don't have to hunt around and look for what you did on Tuesday or what you did on Wednesday. So you have to have organization skills to work from home, have everything labeled and organized. So if you need to go to a project, you can find it quickly, whether if it's printing out paperwork or just doing it on the computer. Organization is a good skill that you need to have. That's the first one. The second one is communication. When you're working from home, you will not have co-workers there. You will not have a supervisor, manager around. So you need to just take upon yourself to communicate with your boss, whether through email, a phone call, a text. You need to be able to communicate with your boss, find out when they're having the meetings. Usually when they have meetings, they send it through your email address. So you need to have communication with your coworkers, your boss, and make for sure that you're not missing out on the important meetings that you need to attend. So the second one is communication. So you need to have that skill. The third one is the time conscious. When you're working from home, you may be working for a company in Nebraska or California, and you know that the time zone is different. So when you get a job, have a job interview, you got to make for sure that if you say 6 o'clock here in the morning, it may be 3 or 2 o'clock in the morning in California. So you got to make for sure you get that time zone down correctly when you're doing an interview call with someone that's calling you from California to set up a time for you to interview or set up a time for a meeting. You just want to make for sure you get that time zone correctly. So again, make for sure you have that. If you don't know the time zone, you can always Google, what time it is in California, and it'll tell you, right now the time is 9:45 in California. So if you have that issue, you can always Google that time. So that's the third one, is the time conscious. 4 is proactiveness. What you have to do is when you're there, you're not going to have again, a boss breathing down your neck telling you what you need to do. You need to just take upon yourself on, this is what I need to do. I need to make calls to the customers. The second thing I need to do is send out emails to the customer. The third thing is I need to do is call this customer back. The fourth thing I need to do is input data into the spreadsheet. So you need to be proactiveness, because you're not going to have a boss to remind you and tell you, okay, this is what needs to be done. Always make a note when something is due, when you have to meet your deadline, so you won't forget. So always, I suggest you to either go to the dollar store or Dollar General or Walmart or Target, wherever the area is close to you, and buy some sticky notes so you can write down the deadline for something that is due. You can put the sticky notes on your computer so you won't forget. That's very important. It's just to be, professional as well as you can. I mean, just because you work from home, that doesn't mean that, I can sit back and watch TV or look at Netflix or Hulu, or I could talk on the phone. You still have to make it professional. They will monitor you as well when you're working from home. If they don't see you active on the computer, they will email you. Your boss may say, okay, are you still on the computer? Are you still there? Or what are you doing? Or they will call you and keep tabs on you. So you still have to take it professional, when you're working from home. You can't allow, your friends coming over to the house, or even with kids. I know that summer is here and kids are in the house and everything like that. It's okay to work, in the comfort of your own home. You may want to give your kids some, extra work to do, or they can watch TV, but they have to turn it down, where you can perform your job, especially if you're on the phones. If you're not on the phone, you still need them to be quiet in case if your boss or your supervisor call you, they won't hear any background noise. So you may want to take that in consideration when you work from home. The fifth one is tech savvy. There's going to be times when you're working from home and your computer crashes or your computer freezes up. You got to know how to fix that, turn your computer off and restart it. There's going to be times when you're working and in your neighborhood the internet crashes. You got to know how to fix that, how to call your internet carrier, how to have an internet backup in case if this happened. Your phone line can go down, so you got to be a tech savvy. You got to know how to do the basic in order to perform your job. So another thing, the sixth one is motivation. You got to have motivation. When I worked in the corporate world, it was people that was encouraging me, but sometimes you have to encourage yourself. You got to be a go-getter and say, hey, I can do this. I know my job. I'm going to do research. If you don't know how to do, like, for example, Word or Excel, or if you don't know how to write content, you can always Google, do the research for yourself. You don't want someone to have to hold your hand and tell you what to do next. You should be able to you should know what you're supposed to do. So you have to have the motivation. Encourage yourself. I mean, a lot of people I know, they put encouragement quotes on their desk, saying, not to give up, keep trying, hang in there. Some people get motivation for seeing, their spouse picture, have their spouse pictures on the wall, or their children, or whatever, that motivates them. That's what gives them motivation. So make for sure you be motivated. You have to motivate yourself, encourage yourself to do your best, whether, if you're working in the corporate world, and especially if you're working from home. You need that motivation. And the seventh thing is balance. You gotta, with working from home, if you're supposed to be working 20 hours a week or 40 hours a week, you can balance that out. You may say, okay, I'm gonna work 5 hours in the morning, like from 6 to this particular time, and then I'm gonna work another 5 hours in the evenings, so you can have that balance where if you have doctor's appointments or you have something going on, at your kid's school, you can work around that schedule. So you got to have balance in order to work from home. So hopefully these 7 tips has been so helpful for you. And for those who haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you click that red button that says subscribe. And right next to that subscribe button, click on the bell, so every time I upload a video, you will be notified. Comment. I would love to hear your comment. Make sure you share this video, and also go to my Facebook page and like my Facebook page called Real Work From Home Jobs, and also join that group too as well. It's also called Real Work From Home Jobs too. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye, and have a wonderful day.